Okay, everybody, welcome back to math. We are in chapter 11 on lesson 11. We are still working on measurement. We're not finished yet, but we're getting very, very close to the end of our math for the year. So hang in there with me. We're still talking about how we can measure objects, and today, how we can measure on a number line. Now, this one is a little tricky. I know some of you are pretty fast with the math and you finish quickly, but this one you don't want to rush. There's a little twist to today's math. I'm going to show you in a moment. Okay, so we're looking at page 709. And what we have here is a kind of number line, measuring on a number line. And our unit is centimeters. Okay, so we're not talking about inches, we're talking about centimeters. Now, if you look carefully, you'll see that I have two objects here, a crayon and a pair of scissors, and I've got them lined up to the zero. Now, it says at the bottom that we're supposed to put a crayon and a pair of scissors on the number line. I've done that. Line up the ends at zero. How much longer are the scissors than the crayon? Okay, well, let's see how long that crayon is. We're starting at zero, and the crayon that I'm using today goes up to 6. So this one is 6 centimeters. Okay, the scissors, and if you think you can figure it out before I say it, pause it and get the answer. The scissors are 9 centimeters long. Okay, and we just look at the line and measure them. It's not that difficult, right? And now we've got a problem at the bottom. How much longer are the scissors than the crayon? That means we're going to be doing a subtraction problem. We already have our minus sign there. So we know in subtraction we put the bigger number first, 9 minus 6, and you all know by now that that's 4. Ha! Of course I'm kidding, it's 3. Okay, this is not that hard. We've done this a lot recently, but here's where the party picks up a little bit. The objects are still the same size, but now look at this. They're not lined up to the zero anymore. And what else is different? They're not even on the same lines. They start and end at different places. But that doesn't mean that the difference is going to change. So let's look at the crayon. The crayon goes from the 2 centimeter line to the 8 centimeter line. So how can we figure out how big that crayon is? Well, we're just going to do 8 minus 2, and we're going to get 6. Now let's do the same thing for the scissors. The scissors, and I'll put them in a different color here, the scissors start on the 3 centimeter line and they finish on the 12. And if we want to figure out how long they are, we're going to do 12 minus 3, and that's going to give us 9. And then we're going to do what we did just a moment ago. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Okay, so the trick today is that we might be measuring things that are not lined up to zero. They might be on a different number. It doesn't matter. It's a little bit of extra subtraction that we have to do, but it's still working with small numbers. Okay, and we're just measuring. That's all we're doing. We just have an extra step. So let's move on. Okay, so in this example, in the guided practice, we have a crayon and a paper clip. It says the crayon is 9 centimeters long. Let's check that. It goes from 29, right, and there's the 29 right there, to 20. And 29 minus 20 is 9. The paperclip is on two different numbers. The paperclip is on 30 and on 25. So we're going to subtract 30 minus 25, and we're going to get 5. The paperclip is 5 centimeters long. Okay, now if I were to ask you this question, how much longer is the crayon than the paperclip? What would you do? Right, you would put them together into a subtraction problem with the bigger number up top. 9 minus 5 equals 4. Now, it says in the lower half, use the number line to answer the questions. Number 1, how long is the pencil? Okay, I'm not going to give you the answer, but I'm going to help you get started. You're going to look where the pencil is. It's on 66 and 61. So you should subtract 66 minus 61. Okay, and you'll have the answer to number 1. And then for number 2, look at this. How much longer is the marker than the rubber band? Oh, they've got a marker here. Okay, and you can see it goes from 66 to 60. And they've got a rubber band. It goes from 65 to 62. So you have to measure the marker and you have to measure the rubber band. Now you don't need a ruler. You're using the number line that they're giving you here on the screen. Okay? And the bottom says talk math. How does the number line help you compare measurements? Well, the number line is kind of like our ruler. Okay? And it's showing us how long it is, where it starts and where it ends, and we just need to do the subtraction to figure it out. Okay, and by the way, it's not very important here, but they changed it to inches. It doesn't matter. For us, the math is the same. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing here for numbers 3 through 8. You might need to use scratch paper. Okay, you've got 4 objects on this number line: a thumbtack, a glue stick, a colored pencil, and a crayon. Measure them all, and that'll help you answer these questions. Just be careful, don't rush it. And of course, the word problems. Again, you don't need a ruler here. You just have to follow these questions carefully, underline and circle, use scratch paper if you need to, and that's it. And your homework is to complete pages 713 and 14. It's exactly the same as what we just talked about here. So good luck. After this, we have one more lesson in measurement, lesson 12, and then we'll review, we'll have our test, and we'll be all finished with the My Math book. I'm going to be really excited about that. Okay, have a great day. The end.